Hey, on a daily basis, I get about 40 text messages from my TTP students. I get about 40 comments on the YouTube pages and about 50 to 60 comments a day on social media, whether that be Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is, and all unbelievable questions, but they all are kind of boiling down to the same 6 questions. So I'm going to answer those in detail right now.
Ain't never gonna stop this fire.
I can't believe his business is so incredible, and if I could do this, every single one of you can do this. Every single one of you.
Something higher. Ain't never gonna stop this fire.
Hey everybody, it is Brent Daniels, and I love this. I love the interaction, I love the communication, I love talking to people. Obviously, I wear the shirt every day, it's everywhere. This is the philosophy of my business. I absolutely love it. I live it, okay? So with all the comments that I've been getting, the comments have been a common theme, a common thread among a lot of these comments, and it's usually one of these 6 things. Okay, so see if this is kind of going through your head. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but starting with this, okay? One of the questions that I get all the time is, hey Brent, I know you're not an attorney, but ... Okay, listen, I'm not gonna answer any attorney questions, obviously, because I'm not an attorney, but let me give you an attorney hack, okay? Every title company has an in-house attorney. They will talk to you because you are bringing business to the title company. Any closing attorney, if you're in an attorney state, is going to have a conversation with you if you have specific items that you need or feel that needs to be in the contract. Any kind of terms that you're dealing with, whether it be with the buyer or the seller, take it to the title company. Take it to the title company. Let them do their job. This is one of the most powerful people on your real estate team is the attorney for the title company, your escrow officer, and the title company or closing attorney that you work with. Okay, so go to them. Go ask all these questions because I can't answer those. I want to answer it based on my experience, but I don't know all of the parts. So go take it to somebody that is an actual attorney and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to do it or hundreds of dollars. You can take it, ask them a question, get your questions answered, especially when it comes to the contract. So that is the attorney hack. Let's put a big attorney hack sign here. All right, Alejandro? Good. Next, how long does it take? This question I get all the time, whether it's from frustration or whether it's just from, what can I expect? When you start getting expectations in there mixed with your actions that you're taking, things can get a little bit weird. Seriously, they can, because now you're expecting to get something in a day, a week, a month. Let me set expectations for you. Okay, just so that you can start this thing and if you're going to decide to go out, be proactive every single day, have quality conversations with distressed property owners, you need a minimum of 90 days. Minimum. Some of the absolute best wholesalers that I've ever interviewed, that I've been around, that I network with, didn't do a deal for 6 months. Okay? So really, you have to understand, it is consistency for a minimum of 90 days. And I'm not talking about consistency that you hire some foreign, cold calling company or prospecting company to make these calls for you. No, I'm saying you do the work. I'm saying you talk to 1,000 strangers. I'm saying that you put in that effort because that's what's going to get you to that deal faster. And I say that with so much raw emotion because I really truly want you to be successful. I really want you to truly feel how good it is to have that conversation and with one phone call absolutely change your financial future. Okay? So 90 days minimum that you have to be consistent making the calls. 6 months is kind of like the cutoff. That's when you should know what's going on, if you're on the right path or not. Okay? Number 3, working with other wholesalers or other investors in town. This is critical. No longer is it the days that we can just go direct to the seller. We need to go direct to seller and direct to other wholesalers, direct to investors. Okay, this is so critical because we need to collaborate. There's no competition in this. We need to collaborate. We need to build up our buyer base. We need to build up our cash buyers so they are just so ready. And I'm telling you, there's so much money in the market right now that you can find those great buyers. They're out there there every single day if you're making the effort. But you need to partner with other wholesalers in town, especially if you're just starting out. Okay, if you're just starting out and you're not quite sure the whole process, then split a deal with somebody else. Split a deal with somebody in your market. If you don't want to, that's fine, but you're going to go through a lot of bumps on the road that you didn't necessarily have to go through if you work with somebody that has a ton of experience. But going direct to, we've had interviews on this channel, on the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, of people that don't spend any money in marketing, don't talk to any sellers, and they get only referrals from real estate agents and from other investors. It's incredible. You got to start building your business around both. Direct to seller, direct to investor / wholesaler. It's still quality conversations with a distressed property owner, just now they're represented by somebody. Does that make sense? I hope that makes a lot of sense. Okay, good. Next, and guys, there's only 6 of these. We're on number 4 already. Which list is the best? I get this all the time. Which list is the best? And I get it. Here's what I'll say. You need to get at least 3 lists. I'm going to give you those 3 lists that I suggest, but at least 3 lists, preferably 7 or 8 different lists. You get 1,000 address per each list and you test it out. In some markets, some of the lists, like pre-foreclosure lists, are going to be totally beat up. The probates, totally beat up. But if you go for vacant land, if you go for multifamily owned by individuals, if you go for your driving for dollars list, which you can put together easily at Deal Machine. Deal Machine's the app that gives you all the information. Use the coupon code TTP to get in there, get a discount of $10 a month off of that. But here's the list. Driving for dollars, vacant land in town, and multifamily owned by individuals. Those are your top 3. Pull 1,000 from each one of those. Skip trace it, batchskiptracing.com. Use the TTP code again. Get the phone numbers for them and test those out. Now, as you're building your business and as you're making a lot of calls, remember, you're going to talk to you can go through about 50 addresses an hour. So, and I only want you to go through your list 2 or 3 times. So do the math there. Okay, if it's 50 an hour, how many addresses do you need based on how much you're going to commit, how much time you're going to be able to commit to making those calls? Okay, got it. Good. So the best list is break it down. You have to test it in your market. I can't tell you, sitting in Phoenix, Arizona, it's going to be different in Phoenix than it is in San Diego, than it is in San Antonio, than it is in Chicago, than it is in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay, it's going to be different. So you got to test it out. We are rolling. Pricing property. This is huge, and this is the second to last one, and I hope you're getting a lot of value out of this because I'm being raw, I'm being real. I want to bring this to you because it's the questions that keep coming up, and I'm sure they're going to, and I love it, and I love you guys. You guys are the best, so bring it. But I just want you to have the information and the instruction so that you can go out there and take action and not be afraid to take action, and you're also being patient, but really, really, really proactive, okay? Patience doesn't mean that you just sit back like The Secret and hope that things happen in your life. No, you're gonna take serious action, okay? Anyway, pricing property. Put it under contract. Put it under contract, get it out to your buyers. Remember, everybody wants to be educated on pricing properties. Yes, reach out to a local real estate agent that you're friends with, or an appraiser, or another wholesaler or investor to help you out with the pricing so you feel confident. I remember when I was starting out, I had no idea. I was so nervous. I was so incredibly nervous to put a property out because I thought that people would think that I was an idiot, or they would laugh at me, or worse, I'd be putting it out at way too low of a price and they'd make so much more money on top of it and I'd be leaving a ton of money on the table. Listen, it did. It happened. For the first year it happened. I left $250,000 on the table the first year. For real. That's real. But now I know. Now I've trained my disposition manager. Now I've trained my acquisition managers. Now we know what to look for in what areas because of the experience. Your results equal your education. Your results equal your education. Okay? So get it under contract, put it out to your buyers, see what they say. See what they say. Now, I'm not saying go at, what Zillow says it is or what it's worth or what it'll be or more than what it's worth. But if it's something that seems like it's a reasonable price compared to some of the comparables around the area, don't overthink it. Put it under contract, get it out to your buyers, see what they say. That's going to be the best way for you to learn about the values. Also, again, you can go back to another wholesaler in town that knows what the heck they're doing. Okay, last one. Motivation, mindset during tough times, during rejection, during these 90 days where nothing happens, these 5 months when nothing happens. The people that push through this win, and they win big time. It sometimes takes time for the law of cause and effect to catch up with your life. Okay, if you're putting that cause in, which is talking to people every single day, the end result, the end effect is going to be that you are going to be successful. You're going to be successful, but you got to keep putting it in. You got to keep this mindset strong. You got to read really good books. You got to listen to really good podcasts. You got to watch this channel. Okay, but let me tell you this. I remember one day, it was a Friday afternoon. I was done. I had been on the dialer for 2.5 hours. I had talked to over 40 people. I was done. I was tapped out. It was Friday. It was like fall time. The weather outside was beautiful here in Phoenix, but I just stuck it out. I just said, I have to get my 3 hours. I have to get my 3 hours. I gritted my teeth. I hated it. The very next call, I talked to a seller named Tommy. Okay, Tommy was ready to sell his property that day. Actually, Tommy had an investor that came over the day before, dropped off a contract for him to sign for $55,000. I asked him if he would sell it to me for $60,000 if I came over right now, and he said yes. One call. I sold that for $112,000. $112,000. I put it under a contract for $60,000 just because I didn't give up. Just because I had to do something. My back was against the wall. There was no other way. I was not going to get a job. I was not going to throw this all away. This is my dream. This is my passion. This is what I was built for. This is that pilot light, that fire inside me. I had to do it. Do you feel that way? Honestly, do you have that? Do you feel that way? If you do, you can push through. You can get there all the way through and be successful in this business. I'm telling you, you have got this. You're one call away from absolutely changing your life. But if you keep bringing yourself down, if you keep saying it's not going to work for me, if you keep saying the market's too tough right now, if you keep saying there's so many different other businesses that I can be doing, then this isn't right for you. But if you're going after this, if you've got that passion in your belly that you know you're going to be an incredible real estate entrepreneur, you've got this. Keep going. You're just one call away. You guys are the best. I hope this answered a lot of questions that you guys had. A lot of fire today because I'm passionate. I love you guys. You guys are the absolute best. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, go to wholesalinginc.com/TTP. Check it out, wholesalinginc.com/TTP. Check out that whole page. It's going to tell you exactly what the TTP program, the TTP family is all about. Go check out the hundreds of testimonials, and I hope to work with you personally. Until next time, guys, you're the best. Love you. See ya.